Okay, hello everybody. This is Charlie, your friendly engineer speaking. I have a friend here today that is going to teach you to modify Kato 2-bay hopper with a snap-on split bolster so it can use micro train trucks. So, hey Charlie, would you explain a little bit about why you developed the technique?
Sure, Charlie. I was shopping here at Zetnick's, and I found some Kato covered hoppers,
Oh,
and I bought 2 sets, and I took them home, and then I was a little disappointed
okay.
as I looked at them, and they had the Rapido couplers on them, and I have a problem in a lot of cases putting replacement couplers on, and I prefer to put a replacement truck onto the car. And these have a rather unique way of mounting the truck. They don't use a standard pin that Microtrains uses. They have a split bolster, and I looked at these several times to try and figure out how I could go about this. I finally came up with the idea of drilling because I noticed the center of the split bolster has a curved portion to it, and I use it as a guide for the drill bit. Now this is a number 55 drill bit in a pin vise, and I'd literally drill right into the car. I leave the truck on to help hold the 2 halves of the split bolster together, and I drill in to give me a center hole so that I have the proper placement when I put the replacement truck on.
Oh, okay. What's the basic tools that you need to do this?
Of course, I'm going to need drills. I need a number 48 drill, a number 55 drill to fit the Microtrains pin, and pin vise, tweezers, hobby knives, sanding.
Oh.
I use emery boards. I steal them from my wife,
Okay,
but
cool.
they work real well. And
I do that too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and that should get us to the point. Sometimes you need a needle nose plier in order to try and get the truck off the bolster.
Okay.
All right, there's my
Wow.
preliminary hole.
Very nice. Looks
Right.
good.
Now I'm going to see if I can get this off
Wow.
without breaking anything. Need to pinch them in just a little bit, and of course they're rounded, so they
Wow.
don't like to cooperate real well.
Very
And
intricate.
there we go.
Wow.
There's the original truck with the Rapido coupler.
Very nice.
Now the next thing I need to do is I need to remove this bolster,
Okay.
which I'm going to use a pair of, these are actually for cutting my flex track.
Ah. So you have just N scale trains at home?
I have just N scale.
Oh, okay.
My N scale has to share space with a vehicle in the garage, so it's suspended from the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
All right. Once I've clipped that off, then I usually take a hobby knife and trim this down, and then sand to get it flush on the bolster.
Ah, very nice. Wow.
This may take a minute.
Very, very intricate stuff. Just don't cut your finger.
I'm allergic to that.
Oh, okay. Very good.
All right, and
Got to
then
be like a surgeon for that.
a little bit of sanding, just to get that down smooth.
Wow.
And then we're going to go in with the number 55, no, number 48 drill bit,
48. Okay.
and drill this out. Again, same spot.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
About 4 years.
Wow.
Okay.
The next thing that I like to do
Okay.
is use the emery board again and just slightly bevel the edge of this pin to make it go in a little bit easier.
Ah.
I
okay.
do this even on any kind of truck replacement.
Okay.
It
Wow.
just, with that being beveled just a little bit, it makes it go a little easier.
Wow. Very intricate. Wow.
Yeah, and they're slippery.
Are you open to ask, answer any questions for
Oh, of
people if they
course.
want to contact you?
Of course.
You want to give the people out there your email address maybe, or a way to contact you?
They could actually contact through Zetnick's Trains.
Okay, cool. All right. So if anybody out there has any questions on this, just call Gail at Zitnick Trains.
And there we have the
Wow,
conversion.
very nice.
Right. I prefer to use the. Oh, I just knocked the wheel off. I prefer to use the Bentendorf, and they're available in a short and a medium. I prefer the short. I like to keep the train as close coupled as reasonable.
Okay. And this helps keep the train on the track, correct?
No, that
The truck on
becomes
the track.
another issue.
Oh, okay.
I was very pleased when I figured out how to do this conversion,
Okay.
and I had a string of 6 of these Kato covered hoppers with about 16 or 18 others behind it,
Okay.
hooked behind 2 locomotives, and everything was really cool
Wow.
until we got to the first turn, and everything went south because
Yep.
I had 6 cars laying on their side,
Yep.
all still coupled together.
Wow.
So the next thing I had to look into was weights
Yep.
to weight the car.
Okay.
So the next place I went was to the National Model Railroad Association for their
Okay.
standards and recommended practices.
Okay. Can you
And-
tell everybody about that?
And in RP 20.1,
Okay.
they gave a standard for N scale
Mm-hmm.
of a ½ an ounce per car plus 0.15 ounce per inch of car.
Wow.
So for these cars, they're about 2.5 inches long. They need to weigh about 0.875 ounces,
Nice.
or somewhere at least in that vicinity.
And that helps them stay on the track.
Right. I
Very
put
nice.
this one on the scale, and it weighed 0.35.
Wow.
So it was very light. So that was the next thing, and we'll get into adding
Can I
some
feel
weight.
the weight of that?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Very different.
Now here's one that already has the weight in it if you want to compare.
Oh, wow. Much, much different. Yep. That should stay on the track.
Right. So these are a little fun. If you get in from the side with tweezers, I like these little curved tweezers,
Okay.
and I use them like a pry bar, and you can pry this part off, and then you can take your fingers, I hope you can see this, take your fingers, turn it over, and spread it apart, and the bottom falls out.
Oh, okay.
And as you can see, there's basically nothing in here.
Uh-huh.
Now, what I prefer to use, and I mean people can use whatever they like for weights,
Right.
I like drapery weights,
Oh.
and I take a drapery weight
Mhm.
and a nasty old pair of sheet metal shears,
Oh, okay.
because this is lead, it's soft,
Yep.
and I can take and get in here and just snip this thing in half.
Now, everybody out there, this is for adults. Your children don't want to be using any of these tools
Right.
without supervision. So,
And then the next thing I do is I get a hold of it with 2 pair of pliers, and I put a 90-degree bend in it.
okay.
And I try and stay closer to the ends to make a gentle bend
Okay.
so that it doesn't crack or break.
So that's a lead weight.
This is a lead weight,
Okay.
or at least I'm assuming it's all lead. It could be a lead alloy.
Right.
But then I set this down so that it fits in the car like this,
Very nice.
and I use Walther's glue,
Uh-huh.
a little dab on each side of the car, a little dab on each side of the weight, and I
Okay.
wait about 5 minutes, and I put them together,
Wow.
right, because this
Okay.
is like a contact cement,
Right.
right? And then that gives the car enough weight that you can place it anywhere in the train and it works fine.
Wow. Very good.
So
Okay.
if anyone has any questions or comments, they can contact Gail here at
Okay.
Zetnick's Trains,
Awesome.
and we'll be glad to come up with an answer for you.
Well, Charlie, I want to thank you for coming into Zitnick Trains today and showing us this.
It's not a problem. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you so much. All right. You have a great day, sir.
Oh, you too.
All right. This is Charlie the engineer. You have a great day, everybody. See ya.